Hey everybody. So I had someone ask how to make bows. And there's like probably a bazillion, I mean, you could probably get on YouTube and find out how to make a bow, but I don't even know if I've ever actually watched a video on how to make a bow. I've just made them up as I've went over the years. And so I've kind of just taught myself how to make a bow. And anyhow, so someone had asked me how to, they were trying to learn how to make a bow, and they're like super, super easy. However, I will say that it depends on your fabric, like this one versus this one. I do make different. And if they're wired, I would recommend always getting a wired ribbon to make bows, because it's just, they form better. And like, I have a ribbon in here. I love this ribbon, but I have not made, isn't that pretty? Gosh, I love that. Too bad it's not, wired. So, but I mean, I guess I could try, but anyhow, so on these, they're really super simple. Let's see how much material I have left on this to make another ribbon. So the concept is I do just a circle like this, right? And so where that edge is in the middle right there, so that edge, that's where you're going to pinch. So, and if you want to make it bigger, you just bring it out. And then you're going to pinch right there in the middle where that's at. Just like this. Okay, we're going to make a smaller one, I guess. I don't know, I guess I can make a bigger one, but let's make it a little bit bigger. So, and this, like I said, once you get the hang of it, you can go crazy. And you can make multiple, loops. You don't have to just stay with, I usually just do 3 or 4. And so with this bow, and I'm also going to show you this. So on this side, see how that's like ugly, dull? That's the back. So this here is the front. So you got to just make sure that you keep using the front. So, this is going to be my front. So I'm just going to go behind. So how I do it is I go behind, and I try to keep them all about, even as to how much material I use on both sides. So, and then up here, and so that one's a little bit, so bring that down. And so anyhow, so you can see it's making a bow, boom, right? Now I don't have too much material, so we'll just say this is going to be a 2, but you can go 3, 4, you can go as big as you want. It's the same concept. So what I like to do now, I could roll here, but I don't do that. I've done it before and it does not do good. So I just like to cut right there, and not making sure that you don't, so you got that ugly little spot right there, but that's not a big deal. So now you're going to make a little loop, okay? And that loop is going to be that middle part of your bow. And so all you do is you cut a little piece, and then you just roll that little piece, and you're going to stick this little piece right there in the middle, okay? So now, so you're just going to keep your finger on all of that, right? And that is your bow, okay? Most of the time I would have had a 3rd one or a 4th one, but that's your concept, right? This is going to be your, I don't know what that is, what that's called. It's just your string to your bow. I don't know. There's probably a fancier swag. I don't know. I don't know. It's just the end part of your bow. Okay. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. So boom, right there. Now, once you get this all hooked together, hang on, let me get me some wire. I like waiting till my hands are full and then cutting my wire, doing it the hard way. So, and then you just take your wire, and I just get my wire from Lowe's. I do like to use a thicker wire, because if you're going to put these in like pots and stuff, I use sticks from the woods, okay? I've used pencils before when I've like not had any sticks. I know you're like, what? No, you just, and then so all you do is just wrap it around your pencil or whatever it is that you're using, and then that way you can stick it down into the pot. So I've been desperate before, so I've used pencils, but it's just that concept of having something stuck down into the pot if you're going to put them in a pot. So there, like boom, there's your bow, okay? And then you've got your wire here, right? So, and then, you know, for this little part here, same thing, you can just cut it to make it, you know, I don't know, whatever. You know, go up or down, whatever you want to do. If you want to make the fancy part, that's not right. That's the opposite. But anyways, you get the concept. You just cut to make them look nice at the end. So there's that bow. So it's really easy, okay? Now, the other one, I'm going to kind of disassemble this one just so I can show you. I did not do that same thing for what I did on that, because this is like a fabric, this is a super heavy bow. So I could have went around and around like I did on that one, and because it is different on the other side, but I did not do that. So instead, what I did was I took a piece of fabric like this, a piece of bow or a piece of ribbon, and I just went right there in that same thing, that same concept, and then I made that my first bow. Like that's the first layer of my bow. And then I just lay that down, and then I do the same thing. I get a smaller piece of that same fabric, and then I just make a circle and I pinch it in the middle, right? Like that. So right there. And then I just stack that right on top. Just like this. So when I get ready to pinch, then that's going to be how my bow looks, because for me, it's easier this way. Now, again, you guys can do whatever you, I'm sure other people will be like, no, you could just, yeah, if you have like huge hands. I don't do it that way. It's just too hard, and then it's too thick, and, but anyhow. And then so same thing as you get a little piece here and you roll it, and just like this, put that on top. And then of course you have your ribbon part right there. And then I just put that all together, sandwich that all together like that. Okay. And put this on the back, and voila, you got a bow. Boom. Okay. And then where's my ribbon? Go through there with my and of course you can make these like huge. I mean, I used to put them on top of my trees, so they would be, you know, bigger there. So if you have a bigger pot, then you have a bigger ribbon. So anyhow, let me get this. But hopefully that'll help whoever needs to learn how to make a bow. Like I said, I'm sure there's some beautiful bows out there. Like the ones that go all the way around. Those are just, I think, loop, 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 and then just spread out. So once you get the hang of it, then you can go from there. But I just make simple bows because one, I usually don't have the time to do all kinds of crazy stuff. But, well, sometimes I do. But anyhow, this is it. That's my bow. Boom, right there. So that's not bad, you know. I mean, this part could be a little bit smaller. Let me go in there, my middle part. But yeah, so that's it. And you can put that down in a pot, and you're good to go. See, I do think that part, this part here needs to be smaller though. There, that looks better. So anyhow, hopefully that'll help somebody to make a bow for Christmas. Anyhow, all right, guys, I hope you all have a great afternoon. Bye.